Hello beautiful people, my name is Jane and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I want to talk about is self-esteem, self-confidence. So before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the red subscribe button, turn on notifications so you know when I drop a new video, which are always on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now let's get into this one. Some days ago, I was watching this, I came across this post on social media, and it was an interview of a girl. I'm not going to mention her name. She was being interviewed about how she got into the porn industry, and she said that a lot of the decisions, a lot of the bad choices that she made was due to a low self-esteem. It was due to the fact that she didn't have any self-confidence, and people out there saw that and they took that as an advantage to manipulate her into doing things that she was just manipulated because they knew that she didn't have enough self-esteem. But one thing that she said in the video that actually hit me was that she said that because she's from a good family, she had a good education, she had a good growing up. So, and when the interviewer asked her about that, she said low self-esteem does not discriminate. It doesn't say, okay, because you're from a good family, you have a good upbringing, there was money growing up and all that, then it's not going to affect you. No. So it can happen to anybody. So after that, I went further. I went to the comment section. I wanted to know what people thought about the interview. And a lot of people were cussing her out. There was just a lot of bad energy in the comment section. People had a lot of blaming to do. A lot of people felt like, if you have this, you have that. There's nothing like self-esteem. She just wanted to, and all that. So, but I know personally that self-confidence, having low self-esteem is real. And most times it's not like confidence is fleeting. Confidence is not always there. I mean, you can have it. Even a person that is self-confident sometimes have doubts, right? So what I want to talk about in this video basically is what I think, because after watching that video, I had to sit down and think to myself, what does confidence mean to me? What does self-esteem mean to me? Like, what is my own personal experiences with these things? And I came up with 4 things that I believe, for me personally, that's where my confidence comes from. That's where my self-awareness, my self-acceptance, my self-esteem, that's basically where they come from. When you talk about self-confidence, a lot of people focus on the physical, glowing up. I mean, all those things are great. All those things are good, and they go a long way in making you feel comfortable in your skin. So if for you is the physical that makes you confident, is wearing the best clothes, what's in season and all that makes you feel confident, by all means do you. But what I'm saying is, for a deeper, going deeper into the confidence topic, for me it's not just about the physical. You can have the best clothes, the clothes that are in season, you follow the trends, you know what's in vogue and all that. But the thing about fashion is that you have to keep up, right? So if that's where your confidence is coming from, you have to have a bunch of money, you have to be able to keep up with the new thing, and it goes on and on, it doesn't end. So if you can, and you feel like that's what confidence is for you, by all means do you. And also, other physical things. But for me personally, I believe that real confidence comes from knowing your abilities. When I say knowing your abilities, what I mean basically is knowing the things that you can do, actually being good at something. I'm going to tell a short story. So when I first started writing, because I'm a script writer, right? When I first started writing, I would write for other people. I wouldn't write my own personal stories. People would, somebody's writing a script and they feel like, okay, can you help me out? And I would help out. But I never really wrote my own until a time that my sister suggested that I should write my own because I am good. I should write my own. And okay, fine. I tried. I wrote my first script and it got sold and it got turned into a movie. And see, that one thing, that seeing that this is something that I can do, that this is something that I'm good at, that somebody believes in me enough to pay for my services, to pay for my skills, to pay for what I have in me, gave me a kind of contentment that nothing else in my life has ever been able to give me. It made me feel like, just knowing that, seeing my work being turned into something else, seeing a bunch of people on set, reading the lines that I wrote, acting out the characters that I created, it gave me a deep sense of self. It gave me a deep sense of contentment. And for me, that kind of like boosted my confidence, because that also made me comfortable enough. Because seeing my work, when people come to me, they come up with an idea, they want to write a story, and sometimes they're like, they want to tell me the story to hear what I have to contribute. It makes me know that for you to give me this honor of coming to me and saying, okay, I have a story, this is the story, what do you think? Should it be like this? Should it be like that? It lets me know that I have the ability. It helps me know that I have the ability to add something positive to what somebody else has. And for me, that's a very big source of confidence for me personally. So knowing your abilities, find out today might just be something little, but it's something that you're very good at. It's something that people would come to you for. It's something that when you're there, you're like an expert in it. It doesn't have to be something very big. It doesn't have to be like that is you, that is completely you, that you can pick up now and enhance or, improve or grade, get to the point where it's like, so just find that out today. And the more you work on that, the more you're good at that, the more you keep doing that, you see that it helps boost your self-confidence. It helps you feel that there's just this thing, this contentment that comes from knowing your abilities. Now, the second one is knowing your flaws, accepting your flaws, and, making a conscious effort every day to do better than you were yesterday. Because if you believe that you're perfect, if you believe that you have it all together, you're this, you're that, and nobody is perfect first, and that's one thing you need to accept. I'm not saying don't want perfection, truth is perfection is not really what you think it is. So you have to be comfortable in your imperfections, comfortable enough to say, yes, I can be like this, but making a conscious effort every day to do better than you were yesterday. That's something that would boost your confidence a lot, because when you already know your flaws, you already know that you're like this or you're like that, nobody can bust your bubble. Nobody can just come out and just tell you something about yourself that you don't know, or but you were hoping that other people don't see or other people don't notice. But if you already know and somebody's trying to tell you something or trying to say it in a way that would make you feel bad, you wouldn't get to that level if you were living in that you were kind of like pretending that is not there, that flaw is not there, or you're always trying to cover up the flaw. No. If it's something physical, if it's something you can change it. If it's not, accept it. The earlier you accept it, the earlier you accept it, but don't accept it without trying to change it. Or if you just don't want to change it, then at least accept it. That will give you balance. That will give you, when it's already there, you've acknowledged it, you've talked to it, you've conversed with it, you've accepted it, and you guys are in a good place. Nobody can walk in from anywhere and just bust your bubble, tell you something about yourself that you don't already know. So when they're telling you about your flaws, it's like, I know I can do this, or I know I can be like that, which is why I'm doing this, and I'm trying to be like this. So it's nothing new to you anymore. It's not something that people can take advantage of when they say, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, oh, you have a very small bum, or you don't, all those things, all those physical things that people can really pick at to just make you feel like you're not enough, like you're not worth it. First, see those things for yourself and accept those things about yourself. It is who you are. We're not all going to be the same. If they're taller than you, they can't be shorter than you. They're shorter than you, they can't be taller than you. So you can't have it. You can't have it all. Yes, you don't have this, but you have this, right? So when you start seeing things like this, you start seeing yourself like this, you see your flaws every day, and they're like, okay, yes, I see this, but I also see this. I have my flaws, but I also have my, perfections as well. So that way there's balance, right? And people don't just come in saying, don't hide your flaws, like embrace your flaws, see your flaws for what they are. If they are the ones that you can change and you feel like you want to change them. But if they're not, it's you, right? It's you, but you know your flaws, and that's the most important thing, right? Now, the third one is acceptance. It's like a continuation of the other one. Accepting yourself the way you are. Before other people would accept you, you need to accept yourself. Before other people would love you, you need to love yourself. Before other people would know you, you need to know yourself. So you don't come out and take this and give it to other people and expect them to do it for you, right? So you need to accept yourself. When you don't accept yourself, nobody else can. When you don't love yourself, you don't even know what it means to love yourself. You don't even know yourself. Nobody else can. Nobody else will. Even if they do, they wouldn't do it the way that you might want it to be done, right? So acceptance comes from knowing yourself. A lot of us do not know ourselves. Sometimes you do things and you're like, who was that? It's actually you. It's just that you don't know. It's the you that you don't know. And knowing yourself is a constant thing. It's an everyday thing. It goes on and on. It doesn't just start and end. So it's a constant thing. It goes on and on. So knowing yourself, making the effort to know yourself. And how best do you know yourself? By spending time with yourself to get to know yourself. And then accepting what you've learned about yourself. If there's any area you feel like should be improved, work hard to improve it. If not, accept what you see, whatever it is that you see that is you, accept it. That's another way that real self-confidence comes from. Now, the fourth one that I have is growth. Yeah, you need to look at yourself and know that your life does not end here. Whatever it is that is happening today, whatever it is that you have today, whatever it is that you're doing today, just know that your life does not end here, and it cannot end here. So make that constant effort to grow, to be better, to have better, to be on a constant, learn something new every day, no matter how little. It doesn't matter, but just know that you're on a constant quest for growth. That lets you see your flaws and accept your flaws, because you know that now that I see that this is like this, I can do better because I am on that quest for growth, and I will do whatever I can to make sure that I grow. And that goes a long way in helping you be self-confident, because when you're on that constant growth, it means that you can see me today and tell me that I'm like this or like that. But one thing that I know for sure is that I'm not going to remain like this. I'll be better, but I'll never be somebody else. I'll always be me. So accept yourself, know your flaws, be on that constant quest for growth, and know your abilities. These four things, if you practice them and add a little bit sprinkle of the physical, like if there are areas in your physical appearance that you feel like could be improved, improve it. And I believe all these things will go a long way in making you more confident than you are right now. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you picked a thing or two. Please let me know in the comment sections what are the things that makes you confident, or what are the things that you believe makes you not confident. So I'm going to make another video on this topic about what the things that affect our self-confidence in our day-to-day activities. What are the things that affect your self-confidence? I'm going to make a second video on that. But let me know in the comment section what are the things that makes you confident, what are the things you feel like you can improve, that you would want to improve on, and let's just get to discuss. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please give this video a like, and also share it with your friends, share it with your families, share it with the people you believe should see this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.